Hey everybody, David the Pro Solo Flipper here today. I thought I would bring you a video if you've watched my previous videos or followed me on Instagram, you know that when this whole thing went down with the coronavirus and everything, we made the decision for my wife to stay home from work, um, being that she has a compromised immune system. And so I made a video about that, explaining, why we made that decision and just kind of talked about how uh, it made us a little nervous financially because her income is half our income, and my reselling is our other half of our income. So we knew that, or we figured our income was going to be cut in half. So um, we were a little concerned about that. We didn't really know what was going to happen. I did figure that my income would go up a little bit with her being able to help. And um, anyway, just want to kind of give you an update. It's been about a month or a month and a half since then, and it's gonna want to kind of talk about uh, how that's been, what's happened, what we expected and what actually has happened, and what we're looking at going forward. So like I said, her income has been half of our income, and my reselling is the other half, right? So um, I think she's been out of work. I really don't know. I think it's been maybe 6 weeks now. So um, she got her last paycheck about a month ago. Um, the first week she started helping me, and she helped me kind of full time, and I did really well to get. I think we got like over 150 new listings up that week. And basically, what I've been having her do is test items, prep them, clean them, or whatever, if they need that, and if they need testing, I guess. Not a lot of the stuff I have that needs to be tested, but some of it does. Um, and and then take pictures, and then take those pictures and put them into a draft. And then I've been finishing up those drafts, and also I've been listing myself, and I do all the packaging and stuff like that. Um, so here's kind of what's happened. So that first week was really went really well, and then after that, um, our kids started having online school, had online school assignments and stuff like that, and that's proved to be pretty challenging. And so my wife has been helping our youngest daughter with that quite a bit, and so um, that's been pretty stressful. Uh, and I would say it wasn't going really smoothly. So she's been spending quite a bit of time on that, and then she's also just doing other things, cooking lunch, making lunch, and making dinner and stuff like that. So the first week, I would say she probably put in 40 hours, and then I would say since then it dropped about 20 hours a week or so, and then lately it's been more like 10 or 15 hours or so, kind of here or there when she has time, and you know working around all the other things that's going on. And also we've done other things. There's this time we took out some trees. We did some projects around the house basically. So we took out some trees. She put in a garden. We put a fence around that garden. And then most recently, the last couple days, we've been painting our deck, um, which she did the most of the work on that. Um, but the rest of us helped her a little bit. I helped her for a few hours yesterday, and then not at all today, but she finished it up today along with the kids. But so, like I said, so she's been helping like 10 or 15 hours or so, and like I said, she's been prepping, cleaning, testing, and listing, or putting things into a draft, taking pictures and putting them into a draft. So that's worked pretty well. I would honestly say that um, I don't think that she wants to do this full time. She really enjoys her job, so she's looking forward to being able to go back in the future, in the near future, hopefully. Um, but I think that we could be pretty successful as two full-time resellers, and then I think that we could make up for her income if she was here full time. So that's kind of a comforting feeling to know that that's an option if we ever need it to be. And so financially, or I guess we could talk about my sales and how they've gone. Um, if you see my other videos and if you've followed other people, I would say as long as for all those people who have enough inventory to keep listing, sales have been crazy good. So I think I did a little over 10,000 in March, And April I did 17,000. So that was the best month I've ever had. I've sold 555 things. I had never even sold 400 things in a month before. So I sold 555. My listings have been right around 1,400. I'm tracking towards getting up to 1,500 right now. I think I'm at 1,450 or so. But by the end of this week, I bet I'll be pretty close to 1,500. So, I mean, things have been selling faster. We've been selling higher price items because all that stuff I've been putting off testing and listings, testing and stuff that's been in my garage and storage, like, DVD, VCR combos, stereo receivers, just big stuff like that. So that stuff's been selling and having a higher price. Plus, some stuff is just selling at higher prices right now, I think because everybody's at home and nobody wants to go to stores and stuff. So I've been selling stuff like pull-up bars for $100 when you probably couldn't really give them away on eBay before. I don't know. So that being said, and during that whole month of April, I still sourced a little bit online, and our local auction company was still doing online auctions. So I did still source a little bit, but I would say I sourced about, I think I spent about 1,500 in April, where normally I would spend more like 2,500 or so. And so my sales were 17,000, which is probably about 6 or 7,000 higher than it was for March, and probably I would think that maybe my sales would have been about 11,000, maybe 12,000 if it wasn't for all this extra stuff going on and sales being crazy. So if my sales were higher and my sourcing costs were lower, and so for April, I would say completely made up for her not being working for April. So that's great. We didn't have to dip into our savings at all. And in fact, our savings are higher right now than they were 6 weeks ago when she quit. So, and they were even before. So we did get our stimulus. So we got that for myself and her, and for our two of our kids. So that went into savings too. So our savings, like I said, even before that, it was higher. It had gone up a few thousand before the stimulus. So it's gone up even more since then. So we'll see what happens going forward. Like I said, May is still going really well. I'm averaging I think I'm probably averaging 550 a day now for the first 18 days or whatever. So it's going really well. I think I'm on track to maybe I don't think I'm going to hit 17,000 again like I did last month, but I might. So I think I'll probably hit at least 14. We'll see what the last week and a half or 2 weeks here do. But I'd say it's been going really well. So it's been a big relief to know that eBay has really stepped up and brought in some good money for us. And like I said, she hasn't been helping me full time. She's been helping me 10 or 15 hours. But even that has helped me maintain and even increase my level of listings a little bit, so that I'm replacing all the stuff that's selling. So much stuff is selling right now. And so if it wasn't for her helping, I think that probably my listings would have dropped quite a bit by now, probably by 200 or 300 or so. And so instead of being at 1,450, maybe I would be at 1,200 or even 1,100, struggling to get the listings to keep up with everything that's selling. And also, the extra time of shipping or so. So I'm averaging 18 sales a day for the past month and a half. And typically 18 sales takes me a little over an hour to package, maybe, depending on what it is. I've been listening to some heavier stuff, so some of that takes more time. But so she filed for unemployment a long, long time ago. She's been filing it every week, but we haven't seen anything for that. We haven't even got a solid answer of whether she's even going to qualify yet, because she's not a typical W-2 employee. She's an independent contractor, so normally they wouldn't qualify for unemployment, but in this case they're making special circumstances for coronavirus. But because of everything that's going on and the record numbers of people filing for unemployment, we haven't even got an answer about whether she's actually going to get anything or not. So luckily that's not a huge concern right now, as sales are going so well. So school here is out in a couple weeks, and so and Idaho is opening back up. There's no longer a stay-at-home order. I mean, they're still recommending you do all kinds of things, but a lot of the businesses are starting to open up. Restaurants are opening up. You can go sit in a restaurant, but I guess they're limited to half capacity or so. And there's some other things they have to follow for social distancing. And so I think what we are planning to do is once school starts opening up, or once school's over, um, and assuming that there hasn't been like a big increase in cases and stuff, then we're thinking that my wife will return back to work in a couple weeks. So, and she'll wear a face mask and she'll be very careful. But she works with patients. Um, I would say maybe 5 to 12 patients a day or so. Um, and so it's a little bit risky. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. We'll see what happens uh, with the cases and stuff in Idaho. So there hasn't been very many cases in Idaho, especially in the area that we live compared to other places. So we live in a county. I want to say the county maybe has like 90,000 people in it, and that's, you'd have to drive like uh, that's like a half hour in every direction. Maybe not quite a half an hour in every direction to get out of the county, but if we go north, 20 minutes will be in a different county. If we go west, we'll be in a different county in about 20 minutes. You can't go east really because there's mountains there. So if you go southeast, kind of, um, you have to go for like maybe 40 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes to get out of the county. I don't know. That kind of gives you an idea of how big the county is for geographically. And like I said, there's probably 80, 90,000 in the county. Most of that is in the town right here I live in that has another smaller town connected to it. So there's like 60,000 people in our town. And in the entire county, I think there's only like, I want to say like 12 cases. 12 confirmed cases, I should say. And we probably don't have the best testing here, but anyway, not a lot of cases here, so maybe it's not as risky here as other places. But anyway, to cap it off or to summarize, this has been a pretty good experiment about. I don't think my wife could join me and homeschool at the same time. That just wouldn't work. Um, she's been struggling with that a little bit, but I think if the kids were in school, we would have no problem. I think doubling my sales. I think we could double my sales. I think so because what happens is, I spend a lot of time looking for stuff, like looking for sourcing and packaging and stuff like that. So what time I have left, that's when I list, right? Which anyway, if she's here full time, then we get a lot more listing done. I think that we probably could end up getting easily more than twice as much listed. So that would definitely have to double our income. But anyway, we'll see. I think she's probably going to go back to work in a couple weeks. I think she's looking forward to that. She really does enjoy her job and working with people. And hopefully sales will stay up for a while, and I think we're going to come out of this unscathed financially. In fact, maybe even a little bit better off, which sounds weird, but I think a lot of resellers are probably seeing the same thing, that their sales have just been crazy. So feeling very fortunate that things have worked out the way they did for us. We don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. I haven't even heard of anybody that I know or that somebody knows that has the coronavirus. So pretty lucky that that's the case here in Idaho, but at least where we live in Idaho, in the east side of the state. So anyway, that's it. That's kind of the update. Things are going well here. So hoping that this can kind of blow over and life can get back to normal. I'm definitely missing all the activities that we used to do, playing soccer and leagues and playing tennis and bowling and just being able to go out and meet with friends and family. My kids haven't been able to come by as much because we've been quarantining ourselves pretty strict. So it'll be nice to be back to normal, be able to spend time with them and get back to our normal activities. So hopefully you guys are staying safe and everything's going okay for you guys, and hopefully you guys are seeing crazy sales too, if this is what you do for a living, or even if you're just doing it as to make up for whatever job you're not working right now. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below. I'll get back to you. Please like, subscribe. It helps a ton. Stay safe out there, guys. Thanks.